All right, welcome back to Community Focus here on Channel 6 TV. Kenny Fogel with you. Glad you could be with us. We're working our way up to November 3rd now, Election Day. And again, that's your day. That's your day to finally get out and say what you've got to say. We've had candidates talk to you before. We've had people for the last year or so running for public office. It all comes to an end, and it comes to an end with you. And one of the people that's going to be talking to you today and been talking to you for a while, Miss Allison Ball. Allison, appreciate you being here today.
Thank you, Kenny. It's good to be here.
Thanks for being here. Now, you're running for state treasurer.
That's right, running for Kentucky State Treasurer.
Well, first, before we even go into what the Kentucky State Treasurer does for Kentucky, tell me who Allison Ball is.
Sure. Yeah, I can tell you who I am. I'm from eastern Kentucky, so I'm from deep in the mountains. My family's been from Floyd County in Prestonsburg for 9 generations since the 1790s. So we're deeply rooted in those mountains, but deeply rooted in Kentucky. So I love my state and want to make a difference in my state. I actually am a bankruptcy attorney. I practice in Pikeville, so county next door. Right. And when you practice as a bankruptcy attorney, you think all the time about debt, the consequences of debt. I think about how to get people on sound financial footing, how to fix financial problems. So I'm the only one running with a financial background, and I think that's important for the office of treasurer. I also was a prosecutor for about 4 years, and when you've done that, you develop a backbone, you learn how to stand up for things. And I think that's important too to be state treasurer, because it's supposed to be a watchdog position. So you need that financial background, and you need that willingness to be independent and to be an actual voice for what needs to be done.
No, the average person out there may not even know what the state treasurer does. I mean,
Sure.
You see their name signed to the checks, but beyond that, what does the state treasurer do for the state of Kentucky?
Sure, and everybody knows it has something to do with money.
Something to do with money.
That's right. Well, the treasurer is actually the chief financial officer of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. So the treasurer is in charge of the checkbook. Writes all the checks for the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and the treasurer is actually in charge of Kentucky's bank account. So you have that financial stewardship in that role, and it's supposed to be, it's created by the Constitution. So it's supposed to be a watchdog, check and balance, making sure that only what is spent is what is authorized by the Constitution. It's statutory. It's coming through the General Assembly as it was appropriated. So you are supposed to be that independent voice. It's not supposed to be a rubber stamp. It's supposed to be somebody making sure that only what's being spent is what's supposed to be spent.
Well, does the office reflect the person that's in it? Because I know there's been complaints over the years that there's been a do-nothing office. Is it because we've had do-nothing treasurers, or because the office doesn't have anything to do?
Well, I think it has been a rubber stamp position. And when it's a rubber stamp, it's just going along with whatever the governor wants or whoever's in charge. Well, yeah, then it seems a little bit frustrating because it becomes just it's sort of a yes man, yes woman position. But it was created by the Constitution. It actually has a role. And so I'm eager to get in there and fulfill that constitutional obligation. The treasurer acts as a watchdog, is that primary way, being the person that writes the checks, the person who's in charge of the bank account, keeping an eye on it, making sure that it's only what is authorized going through. But there are several ways the treasurer acts as a watchdog, and one way the treasurer does that is by sitting on several important boards. One board is important right now because everybody understands its relevance. It's the Kentucky Teachers Retirement System Board. And if you pay attention at all right now, you know
they're in big trouble.
That's right, they're in big trouble. Our teachers' retirement, all of our retirement systems just about are in
Is there
serious
anything
trouble.
to be done to fix them?
Well, sure. There's always something you can do to fix them. And there are a variety, it took us a while to get here, so there's a variety of things that are going to have to be done to fix it. But yes, when we do need to fix that, and especially for the teachers, because they don't get Social Security, and this is their future, we have to take that very, very seriously. So treasurer sits on that KTRS, Kentucky Teachers Retirement System Board. And I'm eager to get in there using my background, financial background, as a voice for fiscal responsibility and fixes with that board. And also, I'm excited to be fresh eyes. I'm from the private world. I've been operating in business with real people. So I'm going to bring some different things to the table, and I'm eager to be fresh eyes on this.
How does somebody from Prestonsburg, which is a long ways from Frankfort, say, I think I'm going to go there and make a difference? So what gives you your drive? What makes you get up in the morning and go?
Well, we got a lot of good folks in Eastern Kentucky who have a lot of drive. So I don't think I'm that unique or different for that area. We've got a lot of good people who like to get things done. And just my background, being a bankruptcy attorney, I've realized I can help people one-on-one, and I can help people one-on-one, and I do, and I get a lot of fulfillment in doing that. But I realized I practice in the mountains where there's fewer and fewer opportunities for people, and I think a lot of that has to do with our state's financial position, and a lot of it has to do with following certain policies in Frankfurt that limit people's opportunities. So I've realized I can help one-on-one, but real help has to come from getting the right people in Frankfurt, getting our state in good, sound financial footing, and that's why I decided to run for Kentucky State Treasurer.
Well, the last several months you've been traveling the state.
I have.
From one end to the next. I'm sure it's pretty tiring.
We have a big state.
We do.
Yeah.
What's the questions? What do people want to know? Is it more of a personal thing? What do they know? Want to know about Allison Ball? They want to know about the office of secretary of a treasurer? What do they want to know about?
Well, they do want to know about the job because everybody understands it has something to do with money, and you do have to explain to them about it's the chief financial officer. You need somebody with a financial background, so people like to know that, and they do like to know who you are.
Yeah.
One of the things that I like to tell people is you want to know someone's background, how they got to be who they are. And I like to tell people that I developed a great appreciation for hard work and for small businesses and entrepreneurialism. And I think that's important too for state treasurer, because you have room in that office to be an advocate for financial policies that are good for Kentucky. So I would like to advocate for things that are good for business, good for the middle class. And so I tell people about how I came to appreciate free enterprise and business and hard work. And it came from being a kid growing up in Prestonsburg, because at that point in time when I was 9, I got an allowance. I got $5 a week, I got $20 a month, and I felt like my life was set. I was very comfortable. At about that point in time, true story, my parents took me aside and they said, "Allison, we've decided to stop giving you an allowance because you think you're entitled to this money, you're not learning how to work hard, you depend upon other people for everything." And so they said, "No more allowance, this is the end." And I was very upset about it. I pouted, and I felt like I was entitled to this money. So they were right, I was becoming dependent upon other people. So at that point, I started a business. I started Positive Pencils International. I was thinking very big, and I designed pencils that had positive sayings like "I'm a winner," "Believe in yourself," "You can do it." I sold them for 25 cents each, or 4 for $1. So it was a great deal. And that first week that I started my pencil business, I sold them to everyone that I knew, everyone I could. By the end of the week, I made $200. And I thought, oh my goodness, my parents were right. So I tell people that I became a believer in free enterprise and business, and how business and hard work pays off. You can control your own destiny, and it's so good for, we need things to help our economy grow. We need to encourage entrepreneurialism. So I've got that as part of my background too.
So are you feeling good? I mean, I
do feel good. I do feel
Election day is coming up next Tuesday.
It's coming up.
It's a rough day for anybody that's running for office because it's got to be stressful. But you got to have a good feeling about it.
Well, it's been an exhilarating process. It's been great talking to people.
Yeah.
You feel like you are making a difference. I've got a lot of positive momentum right now. I was endorsed by the Courier-Journal, which is a big newspaper in the state, and from my political party, that doesn't happen all that often for us. So I'm pleased with having gotten the Courier-Journal.
Well, that's great.
And I've got some, I think, pretty fun ads on TV. So I'm trying to get my message out about you want somebody with financial background, somebody who understands that.
Somebody you can trust, somebody you can you can know.
Yeah, I think so. And I do think that it's good. This is a good point right now to get somebody from outside of the system. We've made some, I say we, I mean the General Assembly, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, we've done some things that have put us in a financially tight spot. So we need to do some different things. And I come from outside of the system. I'm fresh eyes. I've got a financial background, so I'm eager to get in there and work on all that.
Well, Allison, we do appreciate you being here
Thank
today.
you.
Like I said, we do wish you all the best. And I know it's a big day next week. We hope everybody gets out and votes. So if you have any final things you'd like to talk to our voters about, we'd be more than happy to.
Well, I'd appreciate everybody's vote. It really does come down to these people. And this area is a battleground area, actually. There's a lot of people here who I think do want somebody who's qualified to be state treasurer. They do want somebody who believes in fiscal responsibility, who believes in getting our state in good financial position. And so that's a message I think people here understand. So I would humbly ask for everybody's vote here, and so I can make a difference.
All right, well, Allison Ball, running for state treasurer of the state of Kentucky. We appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you for being here, and we appreciate you tuning in. And hopefully, again on election day, you'll show up. Now, she's showing up to run, so the least you can do is show up to vote. So we will do that next Tuesday. So stick around. A lot more to come here on Community Focus. We'll be right back.